Adjoining Bembridge Harbour is an area of land known as St Helens Dover. Looked after by the National Trust, it's a haven for wildlife, where species such as the wasp spider and bee wolf can be found. But it's on the other side of the island where one of nature's great spectacles is taking place.
This pristine chalk grassland on Compton Down is a haven for butterflies, and every few years there's an absolute spectacle when close on 1 million chalk hill blue butterflies emerge from the grass and swarm and mate. The sheer numbers of butterflies is just stunning. As you walk along the downland as the day warms up, it's like walking in a snowstorm of ice blue butterflies.
The spectacle of the chalk hill blue butterflies is just one of many amazing feats of natural beauty that happen on the island, under the care of the National Trust.
We are very lucky to be on the Isle of Wight. For a small island, it packs an absolute punch you couldn't really want for anything else. It's known as a sort of holiday destination, but actually it is much more than that. You can see a little bit of every part of the UK on the Isle of Wight. You've got these fantastic estuarine habitats at Newtown. You've got chalk grasslands. You've got this amazing heritage coastline that wraps around the whole part of the southern and western parts of the Isle of Wight. You've got over half of the Isle of Wight, which is designated as a national landscape. It's got more footpaths per area than any other part of England, which just means you can thoroughly immerse yourself in this landscape, and it's so varied and rich that you will have a fantastic time whilst you're doing it. And that's what makes it amazing to me, and I think thousands of other people that come and experience it. So the National Trust has been around for, I think it's 130 years this year, and it was set up to protect these amazing landscapes and historic properties for the nation forever.
The National Trust's activities span the island from east to west, looking after countryside, nature reserves, historic properties and gardens.
So to help us look after these amazing visitor locations, we have got a fantastic team of volunteers and site managers.
So here we are at Motterston Gardens and Manor. You can see I'm surrounded by colour in the most beautiful garden, which goes for around about 6.5 acres. And right behind me, an Elizabethan manor house, just waiting to be discovered.
Bembridge Windmill is an iconic Isle of Wight landmark and the last surviving windmill here on the Isle of Wight. Built about 300 years ago from local stone, it's a fascinating place to visit.
If you visit the old battery, you just have a very unique experience. We're obviously set in beautiful headlands, and then we've also got history where you can actually be in a building that's stood here for 160 years.
These National Trust properties are set in the most amazing countryside, looked after by a really amazing team of countryside rangers who are absolutely brimming with knowledge and experience and passion for these sites.
This is Brook Down, and from here you can get some spectacular views of the rest of the island. Looking to the north, you've got the Solent, and then to the west, the iconic cliffs of Tennyson Down, and to the east, you've got Motterston Down, and then when you look to the southern point of the Isle of Wight, you've got St Catherine's Point. What a beautiful view.
This is Knowles Farm. For me, one of the most interesting sites on the Isle of Wight, full of active landslips, and within those landslips, loads and loads of wildlife. Chalk and green sand, littered with downland plants.
One of those places that really captures my breath is Newtown. It's everything from the creek to the historic medieval village, the wildflower meadows that sit up behind the village. They are just astounding.
Unlike many harbours on the Solent shore, Newtown is practically unspoilt and undeveloped. And because it's tidal, it's constantly changing. It's very swallows and Amazons in places. And because it isn't particularly developed from a boating point of view, it's extremely quiet for much of the year.
I think for me and for many people, this place is special because of the peace that you experience here. The National Trust have been looking after Newtown National Nature Reserve since the 1960s. It's naturally a beautiful place. It's also a very delicate set of habitats, which presents us with quite a challenge in protecting the wildlife that lives here. The National Trust is all about balancing people and places. We've got amazing places for people to enjoy, and if you enjoy them and experience them, then you're more likely to understand what makes them tick.
So that classic quote from David Attenborough, that no one will protect what they don't care about, and no one will care about what they haven't experienced, is so true. And the National Trust's responsibility is really to make sure that people have experienced those places and have had a really fantastic experience whilst they're there, and then they will care for and help protect those environments into the future.